What's going on, YouTube? How's everyone doing tonight? Back in the van. I've got my phone flipped around, so everything's backwards. That's why I look like I'm sitting backwards. But nevertheless, it's been one hell of a week. That's all I can say, and that's to say the least. It's been one hell of a week. I wanted to make some diagnostic videos this week, but to be honest with you, I didn't have much for diag. Everything I did this week was predominantly mechanical. It was quick, down and dirty. I had that Honda Odyssey. I don't know. It seems like all 2013s, if I remember right. Yeah, they're all like 2013s. So I had the 2013 Honda Odyssey. I did a CV axle video, and that was just for fun, guys. Just showing you a gravy CV axle on a Honda Odyssey. I mean, come on. Can't get any easier than that, right? But it's pretty rare that I get to do something cool like that. Now, mind you, that Honda Odyssey was a lot car. It is getting sold. Nice van, actually. I wish I owned. I wanted to buy it after I was done fixing it. Thing was missing really bad. Multiple cylinder misfires. Of course, it needed a valve adjustment. It had like 175K on it. Timing belt had never been done. Water pump had never been done. So, ended up doing that CV axle was just clicking really bad. The joint was bad. So did the CV axle, did the water pump, did the timing kit, adjusted the valves, which is a slow process. And I don't know how you guys do it out there, but for me, when I do Honda, those Honda valve adjustments on their 3.5s, I'll adjust them. I adjust them tight, right? Tight to spec on the exhaust side and the intake side. But then I roll them over like probably 3 times just to double check, because it seems like, when you do that, you got to tweak 1 or 2 here and there just to make sure everything's feeling good. And then when you're done, because the thing of it is, guys, it's like I'd rather take a little bit more time on the front end before I button everything back up, because I don't want to be going back in there, okay? And I didn't have to go back in there. It needed ignition coils. One had been replaced before. I had amped out, checked all the coils. The coils were weak. At the mileage, it had 200 and how many miles were on that van? 175K on that van. So I got plugs. I had suggested doing all the other coils, the other 5, just based on the way they looked and the amperage waveforms. I should have captured that and shown you guys that, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Nevertheless, it got the customer said, or our sales team decided, yep, let's go ahead and do that. So degreased everything, cleaned everything up. The valve or the timing covers themselves, I ended up replacing them because the gaskets were so oil saturated from like the valve covers leaking and everything else, and I just ended up replacing them. It ended up being cheaper to do that, just to keep that new timing belt from getting oil saturated again, or anything in it, or on it rather. So we got that. New coils, new water pump, new timing belt kit, did the valve adjustment, and I think I put an air filter in it, put that axle in, and she ran like a top. Great engine. Wish I owned that van, but I just bought this 13 Dodge Grand Caravan. But my goal is just to keep buying minivans, to be honest with you. I just want to own minivans. I don't know why. Maybe it makes me a loser, but I think they're cool, And the Honda Odyssey is a great van. Toyota Sienna, another great van. I like minivans. Ford Windstar, garbage. But nevertheless, I had that. Oh, what else did I have this week? And I'm literally making this video, guys, just telling you what the hell I did this week. So for those of you watching, that's what you're getting. Sorry. I am going to try to do another video this week of... I want to do like a screen recording, training video. I just haven't really decided what I want to do yet, but I'll figure something out. Maybe this weekend, maybe later down the road, whatever. But I know next week is going to be insane, and that's why I have to go in tomorrow, because I've got a what is it, a Mazda Tribute? Yeah, a Mazda Tribute, which is basically a Ford Escape with 3.0 Duraturd in it. And of course it came in running lean. Both upstream O2s were flagging codes for stuck lean. Our guy changed the oil on it, or I don't know what he did. He inspected it, pulled the codes on it. He's like, hey, does it need upstream oxygen sensors? I'm like, no, we need to sell time to find out why it's running lean. You know, because we had both banks running lean. Okay, both upstream oxygen sensors were flagging lean codes, guys. And as soon as I looked at it, hooked the scan tool up, trims were, you know, wicked positive. You know, bring the RPMs up, they correct themselves. We're done. Needs, you know, put the smoke machine on it. It's billowing out the oil separator, which is just garbage on those. They live down in the valley in between the two heads, and you can't get the oil separator out, which is where the PCV lives, and that gasket gets so nasty and it breaks, and then you get a massive vacuum leak. And that's exactly what I had. Not to mention all the vacuum lines on that engine were just I mean, this was the most neglected engine. And I told, you know, it's like, you know, where does it end? You know, it's like you're digging in, and you got to tell the customer, like, look, the front head's got to come off in order for us to fix this. And unfortunately, that's what has to happen. And, you know, I don't know what to tell you, you know, like, pony up the money, or I'll slap it back together and call it a day, because, you know, that's what needs to happen to fix it and to make it run right. Otherwise, don't even bring it in. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. Some people might disagree with that, but, you know, when I fix engines, I fix engines. It's like, I've been taught that if I'm not going to do it right the first time, I'm not touching it, okay? Like, either I do it right or take it somewhere else. But that'll probably get, you know, not probably, it has to be fixed. I mean, you can't keep driving it like that. It's running super lean, stalling and misfiring and running rough, whatever, okay? Anyways, that's another one. Then I had that, what do I got written in my bay right now? I got a Lincoln, awesome car. I think it's an MKZ or something. It's the one that I had done. I don't know if you guys checked it out, but I did the cooling fans on it because it came in for an overheat. And it did fix the overheat condition. I mean, the cooling fans were wasted in the thing. But it came back, you know, look back on that video for those cooling fans on an MKZ. It came back with a very, for its oil change. And our oil change guy had noticed that the coolant was a little bit low. I want to say like almost a half gallon low. So he like filled it, and of course, you know, it wasn't overheating or anything, but you know the 3.5 naturally aspirated Ford motors, great engine, by the way, if you take care of them. They got that water pump that drives off the chain, and yeah, so it was weeping out the weep hole. You know, right behind the alternator there, down onto the AC compressor. You know, on the front cover, this thing had 225,000 miles on it, guys. 225,000 miles. You know what? On my thumbnail for this video, I'm going to put a picture of what it looked like when I pulled the valve covers on this engine, because it was just absolutely amazing, okay? These people obviously took care of this car. For it to make 225,000 miles on the original water pump, just blows my mind. Anyways, nice car. Of course, they're going to do the chains, because that was my recommendation, to do the chains. Reseal, you know, we'll put all new seals in, new front cover seal. We'll reseal the front cover, put a new front cover seal in. I'll put new chains in it, new tensioners. And I'll do the secondary chains right away with secondary tensioners. And then, of course, the new water pump. And then, of course, it's going to get all new gaskets all the way up. And it's a great engine, and it's not misfiring, and it has no issues, and thing runs great. It'll be solid, you know. I wouldn't doubt it, and correct me if I'm wrong, and some of you might disagree with this, but if you actually took care of them and ran synthetic in them like these people have, I bet you could push 500K out of one of them 3.5s. One of them 3.5 Fords, oh, I bet you could. The tranny might take a crap, but, even then, it comes down to servicing the things. But, it's just amazing what oil changes really do. Then, of course, the 2012 Ford Focus SE, the 2.0, naturally aspirated, of course, SE that me and my fiance or whatever's, my girlfriend, right, that I always mention, owns. That one was overheating, and that one's got grill shutters that are broke up on it, and it needs a radiator and needs a bunch of work. Okay, so there's another freaking $1,000 that is gonna have to get forked out for that. That's at 170. Another great car, by the way, a Ford Focus, 2012 Ford Focus with a 2.0. Great car. It's got like 165K on that thing, and nothing has been done to it. I don't even think I've done rear brakes on that car. 165,000 on the original drum brakes. Pretty amazing, but I've adjusted them and taken care of it. Of course I had to put control arms in it and stuff like that because if they were wasted, but overall, pretty amazing engine. So that's that. Really, that's my video, guys. That's been my week. There's been a couple other cars too. I had to do some alignments. I had a few alignments I did. Probably looked at a couple others that I don't remember. But it's just been insane. It's been insane, and everything that I look at gets sold, and it's like trying to keep up. That's what it is. So next week will be good, I'm sure. But, right now I gotta finish tying up these big jobs, and bigger jobs take me a little bit longer. I don't know about you guys, but I spend a little bit longer on mechanical, heavy line stuff than probably what I should. However, when I'm done, I'm done. Now, that doesn't mean I've never had a comeback from it, but generally speaking, when I'm done with a chain job on a 3.5 Ford, it's done, okay? And it runs great, and it ain't coming back for the same problems. So, and the engine's clean, and I don't half-ass it, okay? Forgive my language, but, I'm not a flat rate guy. No offense to you flat rate guys out there, but I know how it is. And that's just how it is. But when I put an engine together, it's clean. So, that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. I know it's not necessarily what I normally do, but it's something, right? And you get used to these videos because I'm probably going to make more of them. And if you don't like it, well, then you don't have to watch it, right? It's that simple. Nevertheless, hope you guys are killing it out there. I know I'm not slow, so I don't ever foresee myself not putting in the overtime or having work to do. It's insane, and I'm very grateful for that. Anyways, guys, drop your comments down below if you have any questions. If you have anything that you experienced this week that was insane or is good, or if you're in the same boat, great, drop it down. Love to hear it. I love the fact that I'm busy, okay? I like going to work, finishing this one, on to the next one, okay? Big job to big job. So, take care, guys. Hope you all are doing well. Thanks for watching.